Do you have a countdown thingy? All right, let me do my yeah. Oh. Hey, everybody. Oh, all I'm seeing is meeting of the minds thing. It's playing, but it's just showing meeting of the mind. Uh, there we go. Ah, okay. Dude, you don't want to know how many I have up right now. Uh huh. Ooh, is it still kind of all in parts because of moving things around the house since your parents moved out? Uh huh. Ah, right. Yeah, things you don't need. Yeah, things. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's the typical guy thing. As I was telling my sister the other day, we never know when we're gonna use it, so we hang on to it. Yeah. Anyhow, so let's. Hey guys, welcome to another stream of Meeting of the Minds. I am Chuck, and of course my co-host Bob. Well, yeah, same difference. Yeah, yeah. No, I get it. I get it. Yeah, like I know, like in my case, like we were trying to move, and we were looking at a couple places and stuff like that, and the one place we found we really liked the outside, but I didn't get to go to it because I ended up with COVID. My second time, by the way. But it wasn't like this time. Like the nice thing is, I didn't end up in the hospital. So I told the doctor, like, when I called the doctor, I said I want medication. I said I am not going into the hospital again. And so so basically, I had it. I had COVID. Um, but I had a hundred. I had like a fever for like 3 or 4 days. The medicine actually really kicked in and cleaned a lot of stuff out. And now I didn't lose my taste this time, which was cool. But I had the upper respiratory crap that I couldn't get rid of. So yeah, So, hmm, okay. Ah, which toffee has to be done on a. It's best done on a stove. Let's just say. Burnt yourself? Oh, oof. So yeah, that's cool. Always good if you have good food. So that's good. So, I yeah. So, I don't know if you see the controversy this week or last week. Let's just say because we're in a new week. So apparently, Mags, our friend Mags Visaggio, you know, uh, apparently approached DC and wanted to turn my favorite superhero trans. And it's like I'm like, no, no. Like if you wanted to explore that story, what you could have done was maybe have it where like Lex actually had a clone of Connor who's female. Well, somebody said and I didn't read it. They did do a gender swap of in Earth 11, and I do know they do that, but I'm looking more of like let's not talk Elseworlds, but let's say you do mainstream. So let's have it where Connor's having these dreams of stuff, and he's psychically linked because he has psychic powers. He's psychically yeah. Yeah, and yeah, and that's uh, well, I think for me, what was frustrating, it's like because it's one of those things is because and this that like that I'm a huge fan of Superman, Superboy, like the whole super family, like and and it's like yeah, well, I mean the thing is turning Red Robin bisexual, and it's like the whole thing, it's like I'm really ticked off. It's like it's like not understanding to why Western comics are collapsing is because of bullshit like this. Yeah, yeah, no, I get it. Yeah. Well, not just that. You have Apollo and Midnighter, who are established. Like, for instance, when they took, like, I didn't like in the New 52 when they what took and made Alan Scott gay. You know. Well, and then he has two children too. Now I know gay people can have children too, but um, give me a second here. I'm gonna over limit what? It's recording. Yeah, yeah, I see your light up. Which screen are you? I just see. Yeah, like I see you when you talk. Well, an over limit.
Device
Oh, that's right.
toggle.
I gotta wait till I'm an
Okay.
over limit.
No! This whole time,
Yeah.
OBS has not been picking up my mic. This whole time, OBS has just been sitting there like beep 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 beep. So
But
every
I see.
time it
I see you. But I see your mic moving.
on Discord, but not on
Yeah.
OBS. So
I
you're
see it.
hearing me, but the stream was not hearing me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this whole time, I was sitting here like something's not right because I saw
So
you the desktop audio light up for you, and then I was like, oh ha 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 ha! You mother trucker, you mother trucker! We've been live for 13 minutes, and they've only been hearing you.
oh that
Uh,
sucks.
well,
Well, so what's funny is they're seeing everything light up.
yeah, like as I normally would be talking, so I should be talking. But like I said, dude, these are all things I'd normally have an easier time catching if I had my full setup. But
Well, over limit landed art. Press and hold the two of the following button.
uh,
Oh.
my the wall next to me, well, yes, it is the opposite side of the same wall that I was using beforehand to have my monitor mounted. Where I have
Mm-hmm.
my desk and everything isn't the same, and
Uh.
and literally I'd have it like half janky cocked up against it as well, and I'm not doing that again. Like I spent the last like literal 2 3 years with like me constantly wondering if one of these days my 4K monitor is just going to get rammed right into my 1080p monitor that's mounted to the wall, and I'm just going to be down a monitor.
Mm.
Like, oh, but yes, doesn't matter. We can fix it and just we. I can fix the what is it? How's it the O'Reilly joke go? Freak it, we'll do it live. Fix it in post. Feels so
Hmm.
dumb. Like
Okay,
so.
now why the hell I'm in over limit? Okay,
What are you doing?
press and hold the following buttons to activate your character's Mystic Art.
Oh, you're playing a game. Yeah,
Yeah,
like I said, I wanted to like I might. We shall see. try to figure out. Like I said, I kind of don't want to because the fact that, like I said, my house is trashed with stuff everywhere that I'm going through, but
Oh,
healthy go through. Like I said, it's so like, dude, when I say I'm going through stuff and I'm like going, man, I can't believe we're talking. I have the laptop I got in 2008 during the brief time I was in college. Like it's
so
in
what? Do you?
pieces. It's in pieces, but I still have the mother trucker, and I'm like,
Oh,
I don't need this anymore. I have the hard drive already separated elsewhere, but I don't need this. Like, so I just put it in like a bunch of stuff that's going to probably be sent to one of the local uh, computer places, because I'm sure they'll get an old laptop in. They can go, oh, we can use this like a lot of
yeah.
these parts.
Pull the memory. You could probably pull the memory and sell it on eBay or some Facebook Marketplace or something.
Eh, it's dude. I took this thing apart years ago. It's how my laptop that I got from my mom, that is basically like 4 years younger, but it's the same laptop in so many ways.
Uh huh.
It's how I was able to take that mother trucker apart and get it working. The only thing that went wrong is, for some reason, the wireless card was never able to be reconnected properly, so I did something wrong there. But beyond that, everything else was connected properly and whatnot. It just and to where now I have a Chromebook that I'm eventually going to turn into a proper laptop, that all it needs is a bigger memory because it's only got 128 gig hard drive on there. So, like, get me a laptop SDD, slap it in there, terabyte SDD, get me another copy of Windows, because I'm not getting Windows 11, I'm only getting Windows 10 for it. Get that on there, get the drivers for everything.
So you're gonna run a Chromebook. You're gonna turn the Chromebook into a Windows laptop instead.
Yeah, pretty much. And
That's
spend a
funny.
fraction of the price, too. Because you get a higher end Chromebook, you for like 200-300, and you're basically paying for a decent laptop, like a pretty good laptop, with a little dinky STD on there that holds it back, and like it's all run off and it's an Android operating system. Two things that hold it back. You swap out an STD for a terabyte, and then put Windows on that mother trucker, and guess what? You got a solid laptop for $200-300 that you would, if you like had it Windows on there and that hard drive on there, spent like $1,000 for.
Just what you could do. What you could do is buy yourself go to like Windows CD key or a site like that. Buy for like $20-30 the CD key and
Use
do it
my
that way.
Windows that I already have, and just use the spare Windows key that I buy off of the site.
Yeah. So basically, what you do is you take your desktop, you create an image off of the desktop.
No. When I built my desktop, I bought a copy of Windows 10. It's got on a little thumb drive.
Oh.
I can just buy a new key, if not, because that's only good for one computer, if I remember right. So I can.
Yes. But you can use, as long as you have, no matter how many keys you have, you can still use the same copy of Windows. It's just the key itself is what unlocks it. Yeah.
Yes. So that's the point I'm making. I have the ability to actually, convert. I spent, like I said, like $200 on this thing. So price of the STD, it'll be like $3. And I have a solid laptop that didn't have to spend an arm and a leg for.
What you do? What do you know? What type of SSD it takes? Do you know that yet?
I haven't bothered to open it up yet. I'm not even gonna act like I have.
Okay, because I was gonna say, right now, like Samsung, they if it's a NVMe drive, They have like a 1 terabyte. You can pick up like a 1 terabyte depending on if it's like a 230 or a 28 2280 or a 2242. You can pick them up for like $130.
Oh yeah. Well, let me get employed again first. I'm working on that. Like, that was. I tried my excursion into being my own boss, failed. Well, alright, let me get a job and then try again later. Like, just try. It doesn't mean I have to completely stop trying to do it while I have
No,
to.
supplement your income.
Exactly. Just try to. Like, I just want to have a source of income coming in again before I try to be doing anything else. First things first, I've already been putting in applications. That's not even fucking anything to worry about. I am on it. But, anyway, so, other than that, I know I've been, I guess you could say, getting down, if you will, on Starfield, like, a little, not as much as I were, like, I'm no longer, like, as being held hostage, but I've been switching between Starfield, Skyrim, and you'll like this, Halo.
The Master Chief Collection.
Yes, sir. Like, if I knew I could stream that while we were playing, or while we were talking, like, I might even try to do that just so I can have some, like, that's part of the reason why I did all this the way I did. I'm just kind of iffy. If not, I got my Skyrim that I can still play.
Well, you have your Steam Deck.
Oh, yes, but no, I'm talking, like, to actually stream. You know what I mean?
See, if you, this is what I gotta do. I gotta get myself I really want to get myself a thing that I can hook multiple things in, so I can stream and do my Steam Deck and stuff like that, and actually play off of there.
I need the dock too. I need the dock bad. I need the dock like a crack kid need a hip crack.
So I am actually selling my Aya Neo or my Aya Loki.
I forgot to tell you this. I haven't seen it yet, but Pat LaBar the movie on DVD.
What's that?
Pat LaBar the movie on DVD.
Who?
Pat LaBar the movie.
What's that?
You know, the animated movie about the Gundams and everything, or not Gundams, but mechs. Like, I can't. Matt put me onto this. I've yet to see it. I want to see it though. Like, I just have yet to really like have the opportunity to sit down and be like, yes, let me like watch this.
Pat Laborer, you mean? Do you mean Pat Laborer?
Possibly.
Yeah, Pat Laborer has nothing to do with Gundam. It's a whole completely separate.
All I know
it's
is Matt, like, put me onto it. I'm like.
Yeah, so Pat Laborer basically is in the same realm as Gundam. It is a person piloting mechs, but they're actually a police force. And go ahead.
Oh no! I was like, I'm listening.
Yeah, so Pat Laborer, they're actually a police force. The main character is a female, and stuff like that. I actually have that on my Plex server.
Ah, nice. Yeah. Like I said, yeah. I have never actually seen it, so it was.
We need to get you cultured.
Well, at least, I was willing to be like, hey, there's this that I need. I'm still trying to get that set up with this. There we go. I think I got that. Alright! Think I got this right. Let's hope I did this correct, my friends. All right.
Alrighty then.
Right. Now, no, what's funny is I got like so. One of the things I want to do, I have a song idea and I want to sing the song in the voice of Dr. Doofenshmirtz. And the song I choose, when you hear the song sang by Doofenshmirtz, you will laugh your ass off. One problem. Trying to hold Doofenshmirtz's voice throughout the whole song.
I don't know who that is, by the way.
Oh. Phineas and Ferb.
Oh, yeah, see, I've never watched any of that.
Oh, dude. Me and uncultured swine, and then you don't know nothing about...
But anime, come on.
Doofenshmirtz is basically like this, I don't want to say like he's an inventor, mad scientist thingy, my bobber. But anyway, he's got his nemesis is a literal platypus. Apparently the platypus, to be precise. Well, I mean, if you don't count his brother as his nemesis, I'm just saying. Like, you get the idea. It is... You have to actually see the show. It's hilarious. Phineas and Ferb are brothers who every day do something that involves them building some sort of a contraption and everything. It's really great. It actually has a really good soundtrack, too. Apparently, the creators, when they were working on it, wanted to make sure that one of the things that they had was a very musical element that was generally a part of the story that they were trying to tell. Up to and including having Phineas and Ferb being a one-hit wonder.
So on my Final Fantasy game on my phone, they're doing a crossover with Final Fantasy VIII.
You know, I have that on my computer, like installed right now. And
what, Final Fantasy VIII?
Yeah, I have like every one but time to play. Get the fucker off the ghost. Oh.
Are you multiplayering?
Yes. And then I immediately. That, my friends, is what I get for getting too excited.
You got killed.
No, I immediately go to try to drift around a corner, shoot a dude that was close by, but backed up too far. I failed.
You know, it is so amazing to sit here and watch. Here we are, 2023, and people are playing the original Halo still.
This is Halo 3, actually, multiplayer. I still stand by the best was 1 and 2.
2. Hands down, I think the maps on 2 were the best, in my opinion.
Oh, dude. I played 2 on a OG Xbox Live all the time, bro. That was...
Yeah. There was... I'm sorry to say, there was just like... the original... The first 2 Halos were just mind-blowing. Because they were...
All I gotta say is, Chief, you mind telling me what you're doing on that ship? Sir, I'm here to finish the fight. I mean, come on, man. Come on. That was good time. Look like resemble.
Are you on the blue or the red team?
I am blue team, sir.
Damn, they're kicking your ass, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
You're going really slow. Why is it so slow?
Like, is the game lagging?
Yeah, it's like really lagging.
Then it's probably because okay.
Probably because it's streaming.
Yes. Because I'm trying to stream or trying to play. So that just tells me this is a game I can't stream. Because it's just going to be like... I'll switch to something else after this match. Whee!
Well, I mean, you should be like. What kind of internet do you have?
Well, one, I'm going wireless, like from my computer
Oh,
to my router. Which,
oh, well, that's part of your problem right there.
yeah, I think I might have a Ethernet cable long enough. I've just gotta find it.
I just picked up a Snowcats one 50 footer for $20.
Nice. Yes, my friend, I do suck that bad.
Dude, you got to be better in Halo than this.
Dude, it's depends on the days. Some days I have my moments where I'm like, anyway, some days I have my moments where I'm like, I'm good. Some days, like right now, I'm just kind of like, meh. Like,
Are you just kind of playing to kill time?
I'm just playing to enjoy it, dude. I was never the great. I would be lying if I said I was the best at first-person shooters. I do better. It's weird. I do better in story mode. Like, you'll see me playing Starfield, and I'll be like, headshot, 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 headshot. The minute you add the multiplayer aspect, all of a sudden, that's when I go from being, you know, hey, I'm actually good to, yeah, have fun with that.
Like, I mean, I'm pretty good at Destiny too, you know, and stuff like that. But I don't play. I don't really play multiplayer stuff too much. I primarily stick to like fire teams or to you know, single story stuff. I'm not a multiplayer person. Unless it's with a bunch of friends, you know, and then.
Oh, I was always like, all I gotta say is, I was forged in the fires of multiplayer Batman.
You need to dual wield that shit, dude. Dual wield.
3, you can't.
What?
Yep, 2 you can't. But in 3, they took out the ability to dual wield needlers because it was too strong. Too strong.
Oh, that's bullshit. Yo, we need to John Woo that shit.
Right.
That needs to always be there.
Oh, dude.
It can never.
Well, to be fair, in the first one, you weren't able to dual wield. That was something they added. So, I mean,
Which is why I love 2, because you could dual wield. Hey, dude, running around with dual wielding pistols was freaking fun.
dude, honestly, ooh, I'm not even mad. But anyway, honestly, you're looking at what has always been my main bread and butter. I just got, once I started, like, I'm doing a bit better now that I've warmed up a little bit, but yeah, dude, no, my bread and butter has always been the battle rifle.
It's 100 100 kills.
Yes. Where'd they go? Ah, there they are.
Yeah, you kind of walked.
I'm not dumb.
Okay.
Then, of course, you know, every one of my teammates, let's block the dude that's got the heavy fucking... well.
Gonna say he's got the So in other comic news, so they announced Scott Snyder is coming back, and he's right. So not only did he do Metal, Now they're talking about doing an Ultimates version of DC, and I'm like, no.
Dude. Here's the thing. All right, you have a big issue within the industry where there's not really much in the line of actual like fresh ideas, and there hasn't been in a long time. I mean, think about it. Um,
Of course, DC's got to. I said, of course, DC's got to copy everything that frickin' Marvel does.
because they're both morally bankrupt, that's why Marvel's bringing back the ultimate friggin' universe, even though they literally killed every one of those characters in arguably some of the most disrespectful of ways?
Yeah.
Alright? I'm just saying, they didn't just, like, when they had, the Blob eating, and I mean literally, like, straight up, wasp. I'm sorry, and then ended it with, Hank Pym biting the head off of the Blob. He's like, come on, dude. After that, you really don't bring these characters back. You've pretty much tarnished any, like, the Ultimate Hank Pym, they tarnished anyway by having him be pretty much forever seen as a wife beater anyway.
Yeah, so, like, the only thing in the Ultimates universe that I really liked was Spider-Man. Everything else I didn't care for.
And then they still screwed up, like, the Miles Morales Spider-Man by his Uncle Ben moment being the most, best way to describe it, it's his uncle gets himself killed, then blames Miles for it, and, that's his Uncle Ben moment. Really? You guys are, like, at least Into the Spider-Verse, okay? Say what you will about Across the Spider-Verse. At least Into the Spider-Verse fixed that moment by giving Miles Morales a proper Uncle Ben moment. Anyway, I'm going to get back to Skyrim. Because that should, like, stream no problem. But, like, to be fair, though, this is just, like, mind you, I'm playing heavily modded. And I am not above using command codes because screw you hippies. I'm trying to enjoy, not,
Screw you guys. I'm going home.
Screw you guys. I want you guys to understand one thing. When I am playing my Skyrim at this point, I've played this game so much. I don't care. I will use command codes just to make my life simpler. Mainly because I can.
Yeah, I will cheat and I will cheat. I don't care.
Listen, Chuck. I like you, Chuck. I like you, but I want you to understand one thing. One thing, Chuck. Respect my authority, and I want.
Hey, you respect you respect my authority when I cheat.
Yeah, I mean pretty much.
Okay. You know. Because I like to cheat.
I don't.
God. Cheating bad, okay?
Cheating bad. The thing, you about got it right. The thing to understand about the counseling, okay? You just gotta have, it's a bit back in the back of your throat, and you gotta have him sound like, even though he's not really high, you gotta sound like he's a little bit high, okay? Because, even though drugs are bad, okay? You see, you still want him to sound like he still had at least experimented with a bit of drugs back in the day.
God. Yeah. God. Yeah, it's good like that. Oh, God.
I find it funny, everyone, like, got my buddy Doug trying to do voices, too. It's like, I don't know how you do that.
God. Well, it all depends on how you do it. It can be good or bad. Just like we have good and bad writers. We got shitty writers like Mads and Scott Snyder. And oh yeah, by the way, on more comic news, Jeff Johns finally left DC for greener pastures. Okay. Yeah,
Are you really surprised? Like,
he's starting a new company with a bunch of ex DC creators. Huh? Where do we have that before? Image.
I mean, and once again, what was that you're saying? Like, not once again. Fuck, Skyrim may have freaking crashed. I hope not. But there we go. All right. But no. All right, there we go. My big thought on that is simple. You have Jeff Johns, who basically was able to pull DC out of the slump.
Yeah.
Last time.
The problem is he was also part of the problem to why DC went back into the slump again.
I'm not gonna argue that. I'm really not, because you're not wrong. Should be good to go now. Boom. Like, but they were thinking he could pull him back out, but the thing is I think a lot of the new staff that they have at DC that's been brought on in the past pretty much since 2018 has done everything that they can to sabotage any chance that DC will have it being successful and actually doing what they want, like the shareholders in WB would prefer DC to do, which is, sell comics and have people lining up to see the next, superhero film. But the problem is, instead, well, let's be honest, we have a situation where nobody wants to actually do that. Like, they'd rather push a narrative, push some sort of politics or whatever in these characters, and then wonder why, well, these characters aren't these characters anymore. Whoops.
Yeah, why are these people buying our stuff? These bigots.
Right. It's like, well, it's almost like people who read these comic books just want to be told silly stories about men and women in colorful costumes fighting other men and women in colorful costumes. It's not that hard of a concept to understand.
And so, I don't have, I know a lot of people would say, well, you have a problem with trans and gay people. No, I don't have issue with trans and gay. You want to create a trans character? Go for it. You want to create a gay character? Go for it.
Or here's a better idea. Why don't you tap into the characters that are already in the freaking mythos? There are no trans characters in DC. I died. That troll, wow.
Right behind you.
Hey, he bip slapped you, bro.
So is it running better now? So the switch to
I think it's just because you're going. I think it's still coming across slow, but I think that's because of the Discord to everything else. That's kind of the downside.
I'm not sure.
But Discord to OBS and stuff like that. I think that's part of the problem is you're running through multiple things.
I gotta find that troll. That's a rematch. Come here, troll. All right.
But coming back to the thing is he big guy.
He hit me, so I was like, okay, this time I'm gonna block and block. Oh God, no!
You better heal yourself. Come on, man. I'm surprised you don't have Elder Ring. Because, that's set in the whole Skyrim type things.
Come on.
Law, boom.
I need to just Okay. 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 Change of plans. I'm not just gonna
You
be
bet.
Satan.
Why'd you go after that troll, mate? Why you let that troll do that to you? But I mean that's the thing is, we're losing all of these great creators. Like I said, I don't have any issue with Jeff Johns. Like I think he's created some great stuff, especially like if you look at Darkest Blackest Night. I mean, although he did shit on Alan Moore's Watchmen with his whole thing.
Yeah, but Alan Moore does that himself, so that's not really saying much.
Well, yeah. I mean, I will say that's neither here nor there. But I think like my biggest issue is I don't think Jeff Johns helped himself with that helped himself with doing what he did with the thing. So like I think like with him coming back, bringing Hal Jordan back, and so him Barry Allen coming back. So you had like two great characters who basically were wiped off and killed that were brought back that were beloved by a lot of people. So you used them to kill him. And now they're attacking you.
Yeah. I mean, they better be getting back before they get shouted at.
They're kidding? They're tracking you, dude. Damn, dude, you better get them. You better get them.
I'm giving them a chance. I'm giving them the opportunity to but why are you attacking him?
You better kill them. They're gonna kill you.
And you best believe I'm taking everything. Like
So anyhow, coming back to finishing my thought here. So like I think like with Jeff Johns, like there was a lot of good he's done, but at the same point, you kind of like I've argued that there are limits for people. For instance, like, and I've said this about like some of the things about Christian pastors and Christian preachers and stuff like that.
Come on, Lydia.
Like sometimes you're in a profession a little too long, and you become exactly what you hate. Or you start letting things kind of lead you astray, or your thought processes aren't there. Like I just don't get like why. If I were DC, I'd be going after, people like Ben Dunn, Bill Williams, you know what I mean? Not just Bill Williams, but also Mark Pellegrini, Travis Gibbs. Now of course those guys they don't want to work for somebody else.
Well, yeah, and at the same time, let's be honest. I don't.
Ooh, man, she took her down from all the way back there.
Right? Like, I'm just like, well.
So is she helping you?
Yeah, that's my follower. That's Lydia. That's as far as I'm concerned. Skyrim dropped me to waifu number 1 in game right off the bat.
Let me see her. Scan her. Move her around. Turn her around so I can see her. Where is she? Where's your woman? You should get the HD mods on there.
I do have the high resolution mods. What are you talking about?
That's not high resolution.
Yeah, well, for some reason, actually I know exactly the reason. I can only stream in 1080p. I think that's part of it. I think that's part of the reason why it's a little slow, because I've scrunched down the 4K down to 1080p.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be a big problem.
Because my main, like, what I'm playing on is 4K. So, do we want to be a dick?
Being dicks are fun. It's fun.
Well, I mean, to be fair, this character. So, the big goal with this character, right, is this character does not do stealth.
Why doesn't it do stealth?
Because basically the whole idea is that this character is a strictly sword and board character. Like, in the sense of combat. Like, I can make potions, do enchantments, but when it comes to combat, sword, board, you know what I mean?
Lost you there for a second.
Sword, board, and then extreme screaming, basically. You know what I mean?
I don't know what you mean.
Like, well.
Not a problem. Not a problem with that, man. Just do what you gotta do, man. Yeah, I'm actually surprised you never got Elden Ring, because that's in the same vein as Skyrim.
The Elden Ring is Skyrim Dark Souls edition.
Yeah, I don't really do Dark Souls.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was like, me either. I like having my sanity.
like Nihon, I love Nihon, but I have such problems with that. Like I am like Neo, Liza P, Bloodborne. Let me just tell you, Bloodborne is the one game that I actually rage quit on.
Oh, I bet.
Because I was so pissed off on that game. I was like, because I love it, but I just kept dying. I'm like, that's it, I'm done. I would throw it. And I was like, I actually broke a controller because I was so pissed off. Like, I normally, you know me, I normally take care of my stuff, but yeah, like it would.
So, play the first Dead Rising when it first came out on the 360, and I still have this controller. All right, I finally got the true ending. All right, and all of a sudden, not all of a sudden, I'm basically fighting the general dude, failing. And I got my buddy next to me. He literally rolling a joint, alright? And I finally get so mad, I throw my controller at my TV. Mind you, this is back when there were CRT TVs and you could get away with doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, because you ain't getting away with that now.
Alright. And, want to know what happened? It broke the controller. Not the
TV.
Yeah. The controller hit the screen, bounced off. My buddy looks up here, having heard me scream and throwing the controller, or hearing the noise of the controller hitting the screen and bouncing off, just in time to look up and duck the controller, just barely missing him.
I'm right behind you.
But yeah, both the analog was fucked, and one of the
right behind you.
rumble motors was knocked out of the actual controller.
Was this you said a 360?
Yes.
I've got your back.
I'm not proud of that, but I'm proud of. I think it's Thistle Branch, right? No.
Yeah. So I only ever broke one PS3 controller, or technically I think that was a PS4 controller. But I lie. I broke in more than one, but it wasn't because of being pissed and throwing something. Because I actually broke a PS3 controller because of the way I play. So my fingers, like, I literally broke the joystick on it. Like, I would actually, to get it to work, I would have to twist it and pop it back out.
That's funny. Dude! No, what I broke was the actual plastic on the analog. Like, the motor, or the internal for the controls is probably fine. I broke, well, IDs, I hope they are. I haven't actually been able to open the thing up because, you know, those were back when they still had... basically... the special screws in order to get it.
Like, alright, come on. How?
Like you had to have a specific, like a star,
Still
but
here.
it's not just a regular star key. It was one that had a center, basically a little hole in the center punched out.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Okay. Yes, because I need this. I'm just gonna
I'm kicking these guys' ass.
do it. I'm about to cheat. So screw you hippies. I'm playing. And I can do what I want.
Screw you hippies. I'm going home.
That's right. Yes.
That's the only good thing Cartman is about, because we hate hippies.
I mean, are you kidding me? My mom's a hippie.
Is she a hippie?
I mean, not she's old school hippie, not modern hippie.
Yeah, it's modern hippies that Cartman hates.
Like old school hippies, where like they were still like, hey man. But basically, my mom's all about the hippie stuff, and also if need be, will pull a also believes in staying strapped or getting clapped, as the expression goes.
Oh, hippie.
I'm just saying. Nope. Like, I'm from a part of the country where you understand. Stay strapped or get clapped.
Oh man, I'm so tired of this week going so. The weekend is going so quick. Why think I go so quick, mate?
Raven?
Yeah, so I got screwed over for another promotion.
Sounds about right.
Basically, I talked to the one boss. I'm like, hey, I gave him my resume, told him, say, hey, I'd like to do an interview. Here's what my resume is, my degree. He's like, oh, I'll pull your resume. I'll make sure to get you an interview. Didn't get an interview. Found out 2 weeks later they filled somebody in that position already. I was like, you son of a...
Why, you lily-livered mother chuck!
Yeah, so I was not happy. The other job I applied for, like, I still have not even heard back either which way. And I got 100% on that test,
Yeah.
So, now that one they haven't even done any interviews for, so...
I think I'm going to go... This is going to be mainly, like...
I'm gonna kick these guys in the butt. Ooh. Oh, it's nice when you're maxed out on power and,
no, I just... Because I got some... busted ass... Like, I know why that didn't turn out the way I needed it to. Mother trucker. I can fix that. Anyway. But I'm gonna hold off.
Why is she not at their max? Oh, that's okay. I mean, they don't have to use their max ability. Because I'm still doing good, still kicking butt, still... But anyhow, that's the thing. Not really much on the comic front in terms of, I got in also, I got in Volume 3 of Tomorrow Girl. Like I said, talk about Ben Dunn. You know, we got to support Ben in this his house.
Speaking of, dude, you want to laugh? I went and was finally pulled out my, like, because I was pulling everything out of storage, so I got a lot of my actual, like, got all my comics out. At least I should have.
Uh-huh.
I did not realize how many Antarctic Press comics from the 90s I have. You know what I mean?
Did you start taking those pictures to show, Ben?
No, actually, I didn't think about it.
Haha. I think you should, sir.
Like, go through all those comics, just like, hey, have a laugh, Ben. And see. Yeah.
Sure enough. Yes, we're gonna press the button. Because we are gonna take it all. Take it all down. Take it all down. Very clean. Closer look. It is a keyhole. Ah. A keyhole, huh?
Poisons, that'll be definitely useful.
You know, it's funny, you know, talking about Skyrim, like how you talk about a company that milks a product as much as they can between Dark Souls and Skyrim and stuff like that, like how they just keep milking and milking and milking and releasing the game over and over. They'll be releasing Skyrim on like the PS10.
Right, you ain't wrong. I mean,
it's like
you know it's true. Like, I'm not even trying to be like, no, you don't understand the intricate beauty of Skyrim. Come on, bro.
So you can't tell me that they're not gonna do it, because they're gonna do it. You know.
But yeah, boy, we know they're going to do it because that's what they do. Alright.
And people are still gonna pay full price for it. Because people are crazy and ridiculous and stupid to pay full price.
You do realize. Okay. You forget 2020 happened.
What, 2020?
Yeah, 2020 happened, alright? And all the craziness that happened that year, like, we're talking people wearing masks with holes in them for their, you know, instruments and whatnot. I'm just saying. It's just, don't put anything past anybody anymore. Alright?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's just like, I can't say much because it's gonna be the same for Resident Evil. They're gonna they're gonna be coming out with all the Resident Evil games on like the PS10, and
I'm right behind you.
people are still gonna be playing it.
There we go.
All right, I want to fight this. I need to fight this Sugal so I can kill it. I need it. I need to get the thing.
Alright, yes.
Alright, I got to figure out how to kill this. Get it unlocked so I can play. How do I fight? Come on, you guys. I know you're fake. You're all fake here. You're all fake.
Right.
No,
Oh, fake! Why you gotta be so fake? I swear! You guys are always just so mean and fake. I'm gonna go somewhere else.
I've been looking for you.
No,
Got
you
something I'm
haven't.
supposed to
Quit
do.
lying.
Your hands only.
Yeah.
Let's
There
we
we go.
cannot best you.
Really?
All
The kid from Robot Chicken. When you're doing that voice, I was laughing because it was like sound like the kid from Robot Chicken.
So not. What did you say? You're shoot me. I'm going to take everything from this vampire. He's being mean vampire anyway.
I love that show. Like, there is just, especially like the DC episodes, like when they're like, you know, when they're doing it Super Friends.
Think about it.
It's
It's because we remember when the whole idea of what would become Robot Chicken was just an article in Wizard magazine where we were hearing about how Seth Green and friends were trying to come up with an idea of using stop animation and
I've been looking for you.
you know
Got something I'm supposed to deliver.
the I guess you could say
I
what
have
would
a letter
become
here for you. There's a new museum
Robot
opening up
Chicken,
in
like all the
Dawnstone.
characters
The
and
owner is asking
everything,
me to
like
hand out invitations to travelers.
they were talking about that
Letter
2000
for you.
like
Oh.
99 2000
Moving up in the world, eh?
and Wizards.
True.
That's it.
Yeah.
Go.
Riches
So-
beyond imagining.
We
I found
already
these words
kind
inscribed
of
in ancient
like,
dwarven ruins in the
if you will, and this
I
is back
believe they mark the entrance to a forgotten
going through my
city.
comics. I found a bunch
My
of
brother
Sorry.
went in a
old
few days
wizards,
ago
and it's like
hasn't returned. I
you
need
sit
someone
down
I
and
can
look at what
count
the
on to
comic
go in after him
industry
and bring him
used to
back
be
alive.
versus
Nothing.
what it's
I've
become.
heard great things about you, which is why I'm asking.
You know what I
for
mean?
your
Yeah.
help.
Yeah.
I'll be waiting
And
for you in the
you
room.
really do
Please
just sit there
hurry.
and go, well, shit.
And remember,
Why?
riches beyond
Like, why did the
imagining.
comic industry have to become
Cassia.
so fucking stodgy and corporate? We used to have
Nope.
fun in the
Sorry.
comic spaces. Remember when, like, basically... But like, the best way to describe it is back when you would read about, let's say, let me grab one of my wizards. I'm gonna grab the one I was checking out, right? I mean, put it a better light. If I, like, they have open house, and it was all about how they had I think it was Jim McLaughlin was the editor at the time of Wizard. I'm double checking, but no, the Patrick McCullum. All right, but they sent a guy through Marvel Studios and had him take a whole bunch of pictures, and it was funny as shit. Like, they had people dress up as Wolverine and Spider-Man in it and everything. See, but they had, like, literally the comic guide, the toy guide, the frickin' casting call, versus, you know, who would fight who. Like, Amalgamania, random article about using different characters together. Like Wolverine and the Flash. Let's see. Hell's Angel, Diana and Spawn. Black Panther and Batman. Doom and Ra's al Ghul. Venom and the Joker. That's actually a scary thought. Namor and Superman.
Not Neymar. Neymar.
Whatever, Namor.
That's blasphemy. Blasphemy. Blasphemy.
They
Come on,
even
nephews.
had, like, what they considered were the best reads for the summer. Aquaman, Astro City, Avengers. This is 97, mind you. Batman, Captain America, Fantastic Four, The Darkness, The Flash, Gen 13, Green Lantern, Generation X. Gaining
Oh, man.
steam was Cable and Ash. Then Incredible Hulk, Iron Man, Legion of Superheroes, JLA, Catwoman, Curse of Spawn, and Daredevil was also gaining steam that month, as well as Excalibur, Green Arrow. Like, they had several comics that they were... Like, think about it. I stand by, if we could just get enough fans together that had at least enough capital to pull off printing something like this monthly, it would literally make such a shift in the comic book space, because it would give fans the ability to actually do something. Like, Because you could do things like send us like envelopes or artwork that you'd drawn on, and basically, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, it's hard to say. You know, with comics so splintered and divisive, I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I personally say it would work, but that's mainly because of the fact that I think it would give a lot of the old fans. It would give if we were to just bring back. I don't need any of that right now. If we were to, oh wait, that's steel. If we were to bring back just some, I don't want to. Ah, you took too much. Yeah. I mean, because one of the mods I have gives you this insane blacksmithing chest.
Gives you 999,999 of them.
Uh-huh. But when you don't need 50 million of an item, you know.
I'll be right back, dude. I must use the restroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Evacuate the main vein. That's fine. I need to get me some steel stuff made. That'll make. Normally I try to keep my Imperial armor, but screw that. I'm thinking mine upgrade this time. Go with that one. Yeah. I don't want to helmet. Ooh, yeah. And Montel. Okay. Oh, the push more off. Yes. But there we are. Okay.
Still here. I am sworn to carry your burdens. Let's get going then.
Alright. There we go. Now I got this set up. Let's get this going. Checking my. Oh wait. Wait, Mama. What's more interesting? I'll try another frontier. A massive improvement. Anyway. Now. Should be the same. Good. Right, let's do this. Now!
I've got your back.
Let's go looking for a fight. Now let us go. We have fighting to do. Alright, anyway. Thinking. Bad dog. Bad dog.
Alright.
Oh no! Someone responsible's here!
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Alright. I got myself some chicken noodle soup.
Nice. Some noodles of chicken. Very nice.
Chicken noodle soup!
Alright. Well, I know.
And yes, it is. Yes, it is Campbell's. Would I prefer real chicken noodle soup? 100%.
Alright.
But I don't have it. I don't have chicken noodle soup. Because homemade is so much better.
Alright. Oh, dude. Especially when you know how to cook. Then again, like I was telling you beforehand, I was like, oh, I'm going to just casually make myself teriyaki pork and onions for lunch, just because, why not, you know what I mean? Like, as I am now going to that cave I was going to go to, but this time I'm going through. Oh, I need to equip my you. Legendary. Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
All right.
I'm just, like I said, I am just running. I'm about to go mess these guys' day up.
Are you finished, Grotesque? I suppose I should be grateful you didn't simply attack me.
That's slow, just da 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 da. Oh man, dude. Like I said, for me, I'm probably gonna make something similar for dinner.
Oh, I'll probably eat something a little bit later, but I really didn't have anything for lunch. I had just a sandwich, so.
Oh yeah.
Alrighty. Let's keep
something.
going. These guys are going down.
Pretty much. Pretty much. It looks like it's going to be one of those things where I just have to show up, show them who's boss, and then, you know, and then I can leave. I just hope it works out well like that.
Actually,
Fully.
actually, you know,
Oh, hi, troll.
good soon height.
Right. Bad troll.
Bad troll. Troll is a bad troll?
Well, he decided to pick a fight with me, so yes, bad troll.
He a bad troll? You troll bad? She's a troll that's bad?
They died, didn't they?
Well, you know, hey, maybe he wanted to assume his gender.
I mean, I have
You know.
you know, sir. I have you know, their gender has not just been assumed here, but it has been, you know, verified. They identify as dead.
I think wavering.
I'm just saying. Just saying. Waka waka.
Did you see the YouTube video? I guess apparently there's this YouTube video where it's the Batman versus basically Batman versus the Batman, and he gets fired from the Justice League. and so it's it's Batman Begins versus the Batman and stuff like that. It's a pretty funny video, and he's like, "Stop copying me! Why are you copying me? Because I'm vengeance." You have to watch it. It is pretty funny. You know, just seeing you know.
You know what we almost completely forgot about that we could also
What?
talk about? The Tara Strong controversy of Zoomers just now finding out once again that Drawn Together exists, and Tara Strong did like 2 of the voices on the show. One of them
Well, Tara Strong, I'm not a big fan of hers.
used to be. I used to think Tara Strong was awesome. Then I found out. Oh, wow! You're like you really do just like hate anyone who has views like right of anyone, right of far left. Wow, you do really like most of the comic book community for the longest time was comic book fans that you'd classify as more right-leaning. Oh, sorry, Lydia.
And now you look at her. You look at it now, and like here she is now. She's getting called out, and she got fired because she actually just got kicked off the show.
for literally 4, if I remember right, drawn together.
No, it's a new show she got kicked off of for, guess apparently, from equating Islam with Hamas with Islam, and that they are basically getting into without getting into politics. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But basically, point being, I thought it was because they found out a lot of her jokes from back when jokes were allowed.
No, nope, that's not why they fired her. They fired her because of her opinion she had about the whole thing. Well, she's part Jewish, so.
Ah, gotcha. I did not know that, but still, point being, I mean, I just find it funny because, like I said, that whole situation, she had done a lot of really, I guess you could very easily say, offensive characters that in the past,
Yeah.
20 years ago, for instance, when she did Drawn Together, it wasn't like, oh, this is going to be something you get fired for, because being edgy was kind of like Drawn Together. That was the whole point. They were trying to be edgy. They were doing offensive humor. But, like, in recent years, being, offensive gets you fired, and it's like, well, when I found out she got fired and they were pointing out a clip from Drawn Together, it's like, I mean, I'm not going to act like I'm surprised. That show was overly offensive. That show made fun of everybody.
Yeah.
That gives me one of my homemade honey butter toffees. Oh. Alright. Did you run away?
What's that?
You got quiet. I thought you ran away.
Where is? All right, Hoodle. Where are you at here, Hoodle?
Okay.
I'm going. Oh, maybe it's over here.
Rodolphe? That
Oh,
you?
there it is. Yep. Ooh.
Boss was looking for you. Said he'd be up at the summit. Better not keep him waiting.
Hoodle. Hoodle's friend. We spotted one of Hoodle's friends. But anyhow, yeah, it's like, it's just like, no matter what opinion you have now on anything, you get blasted for it. You can't have, if you're not, no matter what side you lean on, no matter what, if you have the wrong opinion, whatever's current of that day, you know what I mean?
Yep. I know. Pretty soon you won't be allowed to have an opinion about anything anyway, so.
Yeah.
But enough of that. Enough dreariness.
Yeah.
Did I feel bad for killing the blind man? Because I really don't.
No, you shouldn't. Because the blind man had to come to him.
Well,
because he was blind.
No,
You know.
because he decided to side with, the bandits anyway, so.
Yeah, hey, he deserves it.
I'm just saying.
Just saying. If you're blind, you shouldn't be doing that. Such interesting times we live in.
Very much so. Well, I know.
Because just remember, everything is sexist, homophobic, and racist.
Yes! As it should be, dang it. God. Know your place.
Well,
Bigot. Good thing. We are the destroyer of civilization. We are. Whatever, I don't know. Pretty much.
Oh. Oh. And he went down. Bless me.
Woohoo.
I got blessed.
Yeah. Taking it.
I'm right behind you.
Taking it. Only need to climb. No jokes. Only climb.
Cause homie the clown doesn't mess around.
Dude, I got season 1 of frickin' In Living Color on DVD. That's a show that would not. Oh man.
No, that would not work today at all.
Oh man. People thought they knew what being offended was like. They'd see In Living Color and they'd be like, just head explode. Nice.
Dude, the amount of actual racism that was on both sides on that show.
Like, oh man, the Homeboy Shopping Network.
the Anton and Blaine.
Frickin'. Don't forget Jim Carrey's Fire Marshal Weathers, I think.
Bill.
Oh, it's Bill?
Fire Marshal Bill. Yep. And then his transgender character.
Oh yeah, the Vila de Moreno.
The wait, yeah, that's Indian color. You can do what you want to do. Indian color. In living color.
Yeah, you know what got that show canceled, right?
It didn't get canceled.
So.
Did it?
Yep. They did a skit, right? It was like 95, 96.
I thought because the Waynes left.
So in 95, 96.
I'm right behind you.
Excuse me. The Wayne, they did a skit during the Super Bowl where it was Damon Wayne and David Allen Greer's gay movie review characters.
Right, Anton and Blaine.
And they were basically saying that several of the players that were playing in the Super Bowl, as well as several actors and this, that, and the other members of the NFL were all gay. And Fox had a lot of those people's agents and so on and so forth calling them up not too happy about what was said about them. So it was pulled because a lot of lawsuits were being filed even though they were just jokes. Like,
yeah, because they did one more season, where none of the Waynes were, the last season, none of the Waynes were in it. It was still Jim Carrey, like, David Allen Greer and stuff like that. You know, they were, you know.
All I gotta say is, you know, one of the things I get you to say I picked up from living in Germany, I love raw onions.
Ugh. I'm okay with the onions, but not the liver. Ugh.
Let's see.
Nope, 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 nope. Cause you can do what you want to do. You live dollar.
I'm trying to find it real quick.
Dude, that's why the 90s were so great. We had such great shows like 227, Martin, In Living Color, you know, Family Matters.
Oh yeah. Oh, Trying to do. But you are partly right. There were problems with them trying to wrestle control over the rights to the show and the control of the show. Let's see. I'm trying to find it. I read a whole thing about it, but I can't find it now.
Well, that's partly why they went and did South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. Because that came out. That was 97 when that came out.
Oh wow. Ah.
Which is another movie that would not be made this day and age.
There's a lot of movies that wouldn't be safe in today's day and age.
White girls. White girls would.
The best, right? The movie starts with him going and being late at a Chinese restaurant that he works at, supposedly being Chinese. All right, and all he says is like the way he talks Chinese, big Chinese noises. All right, come on. You know that movie wouldn't fly today. And John Leguizamo would be canceled in a heartbeat if half the jokes he made in the 90s, early 2000s, he made today.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I mean, we're also freaking forgetting that we're talking about... I need to get back to playing. Grab the... So, wait, I got started on onions. You'll get a kick out of this. Onions with just salt.
Excuse me.
Okay. Yeah. But, yeah, dude. Lemon Color was a shit back in the day, dude, though. Also, don't forget Mad TV, though, back in the day, too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You think it'll work? You picked a bad time to get lost, friend.
Can't hide from me.
I'm trying to remember her name, Mrs. Swan. You look like a man. You know what I mean? Hello?
Yeah, give me a moment. Right. Okay, so I guess it looks like I gotta do.
Right behind you.
Yeah, like if I had a scrying bowl, I would have never picked the timeline that we're on.
Right.
Like I just would have
Bernstein Bear's
never.
timeline was so much better.
Touches the beacon.
Oh, mother trucker!
Listen,
What?
hear me and obey. A foul darkness has
You know the
seeped
thing
into my
is the
temple.
orb that starts that one
darkness
quest
that
in
you
Skyrim that everyone
will
makes a
destroy.
meme about?
Nah, I don't know because I've never played Skyrim.
Basically,
Turn my beacon to Mount Kill Creek.
something like a Merida's Beacon or something like that.
I will
And
make
I found
you
it in
the
my first
instrument
dungeon.
of my cleansing light.
Right off the bat, the game's like, yeah!
You know me, man. I'm not a big Western RPG fan.
Whereas I am. Man, it becomes the. It was actually Oblivion that got me really hooked on the Western RPG.
Dude, did you see that they took at the end of this month these Marvel Avengers is going offline?
Yep.
So it's like I have to sit there and laugh, and I'm like, I mean, it's too funny that they tried to push and push and push for Kamala to be like this this big character, and like it completely
Backfired.
failed.
Right behind you.
Yep.
And it's like almost like. Alright.
I've got your back.
I'm gonna be real about this. If they stop trying to push characters to be popular and just make good
I've
characters,
got your back.
Like I don't think there's anything wrong with I don't think there's anything wrong with Kamala as a character. I mean, because they've had things where like characters doing homages and being big fans and stuff like that, but yeah.
But there's a difference. Okay. Kamala Khan is a character that has since inception been astroturfed. I think it's a good term. To be popular. Like they've tried every step of the way to make her a popular character.
Yeah.
One problem. When you try to make a character popular, it does the opposite of make a character popular. Also, forgive me if I'm going for being Ruby, I gotta make more coffee. But I'll be in literally the next room. But basically, when you force a character to be popular, people are like, dude, and it's like that kid that's doing everything in their power to be popular, but just relax and be chill. Alright? Look at this like me back when I was in high school, okay? When you do that, people don't like you, they just think you're annoying. And that's Kamala Khan. That kid that Marvel has constantly tried to trot out as the cool kid, but in doing so, everyone's just annoyed by it.
Yeah.
I think that's a good analogy, personally. Hey. Oh, man. At least I don't have to grind coffee.
So where are you trying to get a job at?
I'm mainly just going into, like, back to retail for the time being.
You gotta find a job and keep it, brah. I know you wanna work for yourself, but until you can build yourself up enough, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why I'm like, retail's a good idea. I've already put in like Ross, GameStop, Ollie's. I've already put it in Home Depot and Lowe's.
I wouldn't want to worry about GameStop. GameStop pretty much is dead. Sadly.
Dude, I want money of my own again, bro. Tired of it, bro.
Yeah.
I like having cash. They're the fuck I want.
Yeah, definitely.
Right. Now I got me coffee going. And then you do a quick way. Look.
In living color. Run. Hoodle, where's your friend, Hoodle? Alright.
Cool. Thinking about here shortly, I will have me some. I'll be happy man. But yeah, dude. Like I said, I am going to get myself straightened back out. It's just a matter of time. Oh,
I'm actually surprised you didn't get a roommate.
honestly, dude, I thought about it, but I was like, man, part of me, as much as helpful as that would be, part of me also don't want it. Like, I would rather just be here by myself struggling than have someone else here and have a little bit of cash. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I get it. You
Like,
know,
it'd be different if it was like a female that I was involved with and was looking at like marriage and things like that. That'd be different, all right. But just like a homie and whatnot, dude, I like my solitude too much. I like the quiet. There are times where I don't have the projector going, I don't have anything going. It's just me and the quiet, and I enjoy it. Like, I don't know how some people do the constant like noise all the time. Go figure. Like, I can't do it.
I mean, I like my peace and quiet at times too, but there are other times, like, you know, I like having someone to talk to, you know.
I get that, but I'm also an extreme recluse.
I don't think any more than what I am.
Okay, bro. I'm the type of person that will sit here, be by myself, and not talk to anyone for days because it's just me in this house.
I mean, I've done it myself.
I love it. Granted, you know, I'm also built a little bit different. Solitude can be reassuring to some people. A lot of people, when they have to sit down with themselves, the conversations that they start having with themselves are very uncomfortable because they're not used to sitting down and actually having conversations with themselves to figure out, you know, where they want to go in life and, you know, things like that. Like, I kind of got this. Here's a thought, like tinfoil hat time, if you will. What if they got the whole idea of you talking to yourself to be a bad thing? Because when you sit down and have a conversation with yourself, there's a lot you can learn about yourself. Because you're not actually like talking like to yourself in the sense of like, oh well, it's just you're talking to a completely different personality type deal. What I mean by that is you sit down and actually ask yourself, you know, legitimately, who are you, right? And if people started to ask who they are, I think a lot more people would start to be like, man, I am not happy in this overly, like, as we are, I say this, unironically, while, understanding the extreme irony of, as I'm playing on my, gaming PC that I built through consumerism on a phone that I bought through consumerism because I don't have to have a smartphone. I could get a phone that's just a frickin' phone. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I understand that there's some nuance around that conversation. But the point I'm making is that if society made it taboo to sit there and kind of self-evaluate on that level, so now most people don't know how to do it. And it's something that people are starting to pick up on, but it's also something that I feel like is something that's being relearned that we didn't realize we had kind of weeded out in society. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because when you have conversations with yourself, you know what your limits are. You know where you feel comfortable. When you don't have conversations with yourself and just kind of go with whatever, you kind of go with whatever. You can be pulled in a direction that you would not normally want to be pulled into. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Give me a second here.
No second. No second for you.
Alright, so that means I gotta go fight the Zugol down in the basement. I have to go fight him.
You shall show them
Still
what
here.
it means to right? True story. I mean, I will say, latest acquisition I got yesterday, though. I managed to finally get the third of the Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans.
Oh, that's blasphemous.
What?
Blasphemy.
The third one?
Yes.
Yeah, but I had the first two, so I needed the third one.
No. Third one does not exist.
I kiss my ass. The third one exists. I got it. I needed it.
Sorry.
Then again, I also had to make sure to get Rise of the Silver Surfer too.
I actually thought that the third Spider-Man was very, very weak. I mean, it was a good attempt. I think doing Venom the way they did, it was going to be very hard no matter what they would do. But what I did, I actually enjoyed the first The Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield. Second one, not so much, but I thought the first one was pretty good.
Everyone agrees on that, though. That's like the consensus, dude. Like, everyone knows that the first one was an amazing movie.
What are you looking at? I'm not
Like,
afraid
then
of
the
you.
second one, it suffered from... Okay. Sony was trying to do too much with the second one, because they wanted to fast-track a Sinister Six movie.
Yep.
Which is the whole reason why they had Electro and frickin' Green...
Rhino.
Rhino and Green Goblin. Rhino just in briefly as like, oh, look at what he's being built throughout the movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Green Goblin.
Now, I know I'm probably going to get canceled for this, but I really did not like, what was it?
Take a look.
What was the last one?
The No Way Home?
Yeah, well, No Way Home wasn't bad. I think the one with the Vulture.
Oh,
Homecoming? Was that the one with Vulture in it?
Yes, Homecoming. And I agree. I'm not...
Now, not saying that Michael Keaton wasn't good as the Vulture.
No.
I don't know.
It's very simple to explain, my friend. Like you said, it's not that Michael Keaton wasn't good as the Vulture. It's that Michael Keaton as the Vulture would have worked out way better if, and I gotta phrase this right, they had, the best way to put it, not had Tom Holland's Spider-Man be so cringy.
Yeah.
Like, that movie, like, the only time you were really interested is when Michael Keaton was on screen. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And it's not Tom's
just
fault. Tom Holland is a great choice.
see. I disagree. I think Tom Holland was a horrible Spider-Man. That's just me. Like I really think he was a horrible Spider-Man. He was not Spider-Man at all, in my opinion. I think Andrew and Toby were much closer to who Spider-Man was than Tom Holland. Now, would you, if you say, is Tom Holland closer to the Ultimates version? Yes.
But I think that he was supposed to be. I think they were trying to set him up to die similar to what Peter did in the Ultimate Universe, giving, like, I think that was the original plan.
But then Robert Downey Jr. wanted out, so they ended up killing him, and which kind of passed the mantle off to him.
And not just that, there was, if you remember right, when they were talking about it, there was this big fan uproar about doing Miles Morales. Because Miles Morales, believe it or not, that's why they had gotten Danny Glover in the movie. Originally, he was supposed to be Miles Morales. And that was not on accident. They were originally going to do the switch, and I think it was because he even said, like, came out, Danny Glover even said, oh yeah, no, I was supposed to be Miles Morales Spider-Man, but they changed it up some, like...
You mean Donald... Yeah, you mean Donald Glover.
Yeah, you know who I mean.
Yeah, not Danny Glover. That's the older guy.
Yeah,
Donald
okay.
Glover, yes. Yeah.
But
Donald...
You get my point, like... And they said, well, screw it, we'll do the Into the Spider-Verse movie instead. But, let's be honest, that's why Tom Holland has Miles Morales' friend and girlfriend.
Yeah, and to me, I think I would have, and this is just me, I would have liked to see Donald Glover as Miles, like an older Miles. Like, he wouldn't have worked as a young Miles. I think he definitely would have worked as, like, a 20, 22 year, kind of the same age Peter was, you know, in his mid-20s, you know.
But the point that's being made is that they were going to switch him out and do a, and like the original plan was to do Miles Morales. And it's like, shit! Oh! And it's so funny because it's like, if you've been paying attention, you can see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, all the way they did all the characters, they were all the Ultimates versions of the universe.
And so that's how you know that they were planning on making that switch. It was not on accident. It was, they were planning on doing it, but it didn't.
Because if you look at, like, the Amazing Spider-Man, like, there are stuff, especially in the second one, where even in the first one per se, you know, because how Peter gets his abilities in the first one, with them having all the different spider clones, you know, of the little spiders and stuff like that, you know, like, there were elements of Ultimate's version of Peter in that movie, in The Amazing Spider-Man and The Amazing Spider-Man 2. But Electro in The Amazing Spider-Man 2, him and Rhino were the Ultimates versions.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, yeah.
Like,
So it is. I mean, it's a shame we didn't get it because I think Donald Glover would have been very good. He's a very good actor. I think he's like Jonathan. He's like Denzel's son. Like he brings enough presence to the screen. I think he could have done it.
Oh yeah. Well, my big issue with Donald Glover is he. I feel like he. And I want to phrase this right. His "This Is America" song, to me, really just kind of
Yeah, I get it. I get it. You know, but I get it. You know, I don't want to go political and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But I get where they were coming from and stuff like that.
Like, to me, that just, like, when you have someone who's that already put out something controversial, oh, that's why I'm so slow, but already that controversial and whatnot, you don't want, I am, the best way to put it, I prefer to be someone who, when I come to my comic books, I don't want my characters to be right, I don't want them to be left, I want them to be apolitical. They're here for everybody. Right, left, middle, doesn't matter. And the less you know about their political beliefs, the better. Does that make sense?
No, I get it.
Political beliefs are supposed to be ambiguous, and having someone who's very openly political removes any ability for the character themselves to be politically ambiguous. Because that's what I want. I want my comic books, once, like I said earlier, I want my comic books to go back to being colorful men and women fighting, in colorful costumes, I should say. Men and women in colorful costumes fighting other men and women in colorful costumes. No politics. We're all,
But in this case, you're not going to have that happen because I'm sorry to say. I mean, you're looking at you are looking at
Got some
I'm looking
I
at
don't
my
claim to be the
failure.
best. Blade
no, you can't because you're looking at human beings and they're playing characters. So I'm the type of person I can separate the art from the art from the actor and stuff like that. I know other people can't. To the point. I'm not saying it's all perfect and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Give me a second here. I'm actually.
I am in the process of buying high explosive arrow. Yeah, I'll take it.
All right. But yeah, it's one of those things of separating the art from the artist to a point. I get where he's coming from with the song, and like I said before, like I can understand why, why people are upset and stuff like that. Not to go political and stuff like that.
You gotta admit, putting the no politics rule in place really does make things better because it makes us go. We're talking about the fact that we don't like an individual being overly political. Instead of going into the politics, we can just go into that. We're able to just say,
yeah,
we don't like politics in this space because we're tired of politics being in this space. And in order to get the politics out of this space, we are doing our part to just go no politics in comics.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I get it, yeah. I get it. Okay, is this where do I need to go? Okay, I gotta figure out where do I need to go. Entering neighborhood wood. Passage. Okay, so that's not it. I guess that's the way I have to go, but through those snow plains? Okay. Well, I guess that's where I'm going. I'm going out here. But yeah, so it's one of those things. There's a lot of, heck, if I got pissed off at all the actors' politics, I probably wouldn't watch any movie and stuff like that.
To be fair, I view it as, if I don't agree with your politics, and I know you're trying to push an agenda, and I know that by me viewing your product and whatnot, I am helping with the proliferation and the
No, because
funds in your
because,
general direction. I'm not going to watch it now. If I really, really, really want to watch it still, then I resort to sailing the high seas.
well, which is why I do the high seas anyhow because it cuts back on the amount of money you're spending on anyhow, because most of Hollywood is a dumpster fire anyhow. So
Yeah, but
I mean, when have you really come out and said like, oh man, I got to see this movie in the movie theater?
dude, I haven't had a movie like that. Oh man, let me think. I'm trying to really actually think of when was the last time I had a movie that I was just like, bruh, I need to see this movie in theaters like right now, or like.
Yep, not me.
Hold on.
All right, I need to figure out how do I get to the next place. Abandoned Passage.
I'm legitimately trying to think of what was the last movie I desperately wanted to see in theaters, and the sad thing is, I can't really think of anything because after working in a movie theater, it kind of kills my drive to want to see things in a movie theater.
Yeah. I get it, big time.
Well, it's because, like, one, the movies are already shit. Two, I know how much, like, people fucking are nasty as shit, bro. And I can tell you, having cleaned up, like, the theater and been like, how the... You know what?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I guarantee you, man. There's people are nasty, brah. And it's like,
Grabbing up...
do you live like this at home?
Right? I'm just...
Like, I'm baffled. I am baffled sometimes by how people can be the way they are, because I am like, how are you living? You know what I mean?
Dude,
like,
it's
Plaza
like...
Avenue. Okay, that's where I need to go.
The best way to describe it, alright? I remember I was one time, basically there at the theater. Lady uses the restroom, don't think anything about it. She's in there for a while, don't think anything about it. I have another woman come out, right? One of the commodes is like clogged and has shit everywhere, right?
Oh yeah. We have people at work that don't flush themselves after they get off the toilet.
And it's just like, you nasty mother.
Yep. Yeah, we have a couple people, they don't wash their hands, and they don't flush the toilet after they get out of the toilet. It's like, oh my goodness. It's like, really? You people are freaking nasty.
Yep. Yep. That there be the truth.
That ice tornado. So anyhow, any games that you're excited for that are coming out?
Games?
Yeah.
RoboCop.
Yeah, that looks pretty cool.
Bro, I installed the demo. I played, like, I didn't even complete the demo. I installed it because I'm like, I'm not about to get so much into this game and then be at the end of the demo wanting to play more. Nope. Let me back away now before I get so sucked into this game and then I'm like...
I'll tell you, after playing Final Fantasy 16, I was that way, because I was like, I need to get this game! I need to get it! I need to get it! And I still had like 10 days till like it came out. It's like, and then Best Buy shipped it to the wrong location.
Oh.
I was like, so I had to go out and get it. I was like, no!
I'd say we're prosperous enough. Most folk don't go hungry.
But
the city's ruled by Jarl up in Dragon's
at
Reach.
least there's nothing
That's the
else you're
fortress
finally
there,
able to
up
play.
on the tall hill.
Dude, like I said, I haven't had a game like that in a long time where it was like, I just
Father, more
had to
ways than people.
frickin' play it like now. I couldn't wait to play it. You know what I mean? It was.
Yeah, no, yeah, 16. I was just really. When I played the demo of 16, I was like, that's like the first game that really excited me in a long time. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I was playing Tales last year, like because I was like, really, did we get kicked off?
No.
I think her stream ended.
No.
Yeah, because we're not on the screen unless it kick back. We're on the meeting of the minds.
Yeah. I went and I was about to choose another game.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, Tales has been pretty good, but that was originally released almost 3 years ago.
I'm trying to think.
Itch my ears, so. But hoot. I'm just trying to think here. Like I played originally Spider-Man. I was like, like I was like, when it first came out, and then finally, this past year when I got my PS5, I played Spider-Man actually and started enjoying it. And then there was, I'm trying to think like any other game like I really had to like play it and put it down. I would say Resident Evil 4 remake. Like that I purchased like that one that was an instant buy. And I think it was because once again because it is Resident Evil and you know me, I'm a huge Resident Evil fan, so me playing Resident Evil was like you know what I mean? There was no issue with that. You know.
And then there's me. I've always been, as silly as it sounds, I guess you could say I've never read, like, I like the Resident Evil books, don't get me wrong.
Oh, that's what we need reprints of, the books. Because those books, those series of books were just great.
I still have my copies of, like, 1 through 4 or 5 or 6, something like that.
I think, wasn't it Sam something that actually was the writer? Sam, I want to say Sam was his name. All right, where are you, Hoodlebird? Hoodlebird, where are you? I know you're up here somewhere. Oh, there you are. Because what I liked about, like, especially, like, the first one, like, it filled in, like, a lot of gaps in between Resident Evil 0 and 1.
Yep. And it's, S.D. Perry.
Yes. And he wrote some good, and he probably wrote some, I would say he wrote some really good Star Wars books, too. I think he wrote some Rogue Squadron, if I'm not mistaken.
And it's, I'm missing 4. I have 1 through 3, and then 5.
See, and that's what, this is just me. That was such a waste that they could have done as a series. I think they should have done Rogue Squadron as a TV series. And it could have worked. I think it would have been a very good TV series. Much more than Ahsoka.
Mm-hmm. But you gotta remember, when Disney took over Star Wars, they got rid of so much that was actual canon in the extended universe, and then went back. Kathleen Kennedy in an interview, it's not like we have comic books and whatnot to rely upon, and then immediately got roasted by fans who were like, lady, there was an entire extended universe that you made non-canon the minute you acquired it. You had all this stuff.
Yeah, well, which is funny because I laugh at that. And guess who they brought in? Because they needed to bring back the old Star Wars fans, Thrawn.
Yeah, but the thing is the old Star Wars fans aren't really sticking around like they used to. They don't buy
No, they don't because they basically got ran out of the of the fandom. So you have old school Star Wars fans like me that are like after Force Awakens, I pretty much gave up on Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Like I enjoyed Force Awakens and Rogue One. Like I thought those were both very good. But the last two, no, they were horrible films.
Now, girl, behind me is all the Jedi, and behind
Yeah,
me
I'm
all the Sith, and behind me is all the Jedi.
I'm sorry to say this is just me, but yeah, no. I hated the fact that they brought back the Emperor.
Oh yeah, because
Like-
it's the dumbest thing to do.
Like for me, like the villain should have been in the sequels. It should have been Thrawn. Thrawn should have been the enemy.
Well, here's the thing, okay? They could have ended with the Emperor coming back, but it was the Cyber Emperor that they did that Thrawn brought back, if I remember right.
Yeah, he kind of brought back. He brought back the Emperor, like, because he had the clone chambers and stuff like that. You know, because the Emperor did come back multiple times in the EU, but it was always it wasn't as him directly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was always like some sort of bad clone of him and stuff like that. Now, I will say those were probably some of the worst books in the world. In my opinion, that's just me. But you had, the character-wise, you had Mara Jade. You had, who probably is one of the best female characters. Who you could have done your whole Forces female thing just based around her.
Exactly, but once again, we're talking about people who are not fans of the source material.
Well, Lucas really wasn't himself. He's even come out multiple times saying the EU really isn't canon. I won't get into the whole Hughes and Vaughn thing. Like, I really think that, in my opinion, started the downfall of Star Wars. And then them killing Chewie was, like, such a disgrace.
Mm.
Chewie should have never been killed. But I gotta understand, you gotta up your ante. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Well, your established characters at some point are gonna die, especially when you're going from, when you're going from what's it called? You're going from your original generation to your older generation, yet you're going to have to kill some people off.
Oh yeah. The way
but
he
then they
was
made
like,
they made Jason a villain, and he becomes it's like, no, Jason's not dead, no. But a lot in the EU, Lucas was really hands off on a lot of that stuff, and he's even come.
Didn't like it.
What's that?
Which is why he didn't like it. Let's just be honest.
Well, yeah, because he had a way where he wanted his universe to go. The problem is he kind of just left them to do whatever, and I'm like, he did have some rules in place, that they couldn't do,
Hey guys,
but in the
meth. That was against the rules.
like I know he had like this whole thing about the Jedi and stuff like that. There were like some other things too that I know. Like he like you couldn't kill. I think Luke couldn't be killed off. Like Han, Luke, and Leia could not be killed off. That was like part of the rule. Like Han, Luke, and Leia could not be killed off, which is funny because they turn around and kill Han off in The Force Awakens. Which is,
from what I heard, that's partly because Harrison Ford did not want to be.
He didn't want to come back. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I get it that he didn't want to come back and stuff like that. He was tired. He was tired of playing the role. But the thing is, like, he really never liked Han, which is a shame.
Okay, think about it like this. Han was a character he played because they couldn't find anyone else that they liked to portray him better than him, who was just a friend that was voicing the character or doing a stand-in for the character.
Yeah, because his whole thing, like with Han, like the only reason why he even got the role was because he was a carpenter on the set.
Mm-hmm.
But he actually does, which is funny because he actually likes Indiana more than he likes Han. But if you talk to most people, though, most people will say they like him more as Han Solo than Indiana Jones. Now, I did watch Dial of Destiny. I don't know if you watched it yet or not.
Nope.
So it wasn't bad. It did have a lot of the old school Indiana Jones stuff in it.
But that was member berries.
Yeah. So like I don't know. Like I think that overall.
I'm surprised you took time.
It was definitely. I thought it was better than Kingdom of Crystal. The Kingdom of Crystal Skull. Like I think Crystal Skull was one of the. That was a horrible film overall. But I will say it did have a good arc. How it finished off and stuff like that, where they got they got together at the end of the movie and stuff like that. So you can't. I don't think in that regards it was bad. I just think other ways it was not that good of a film. I actually thought the Dial of Destiny was actually not as good of a film, or it was a better film in a lot of ways, but. But you could definitely tell that they were setting up Phoebe Gates as to take over the role. And sorry about that. I apologize, guys. I thought it was, and yeah, she did come off. She came off very a lot of times like very, very young Han Solo-ish. If you can get my drift on that. Like, it felt like her character was forced. A lot. Like, she was very insufferable. If that makes sense. Yeah, so like, but like, as in terms of a movie, like, I thought that it did definitely go back to the old school movies, which was not bad at all.
Sorry to rain on your parade, my dear.
Thanks so much. Alright?
No thanks. I don't want to get joy buzzed.
Don't worry.
I've never been an Indiana Jones fan.
I want your watch.
Oh, that's fine. No, they're not for everybody. I have no problem. See, like, I have no problems. Like, I didn't, like, when I was younger, I was a huge Star Wars fan, but as I got older, I just kind of got out of it. Like I don't know why. Like I by the time they redid the originals and did with George Lucas and stuff like that, did the redone. I just didn't understand it. Like I was like, why? I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I actually like the EU better than That's just me. I like the EU better than what the
Sorry to wipe that grin off your face, Joe.
original universe was.
Sorry?
Yeah.
You're not sorry at all.
So yeah. I mean, I have no problem. If you didn't like it, you didn't like it. That's fine. Everybody, that's what everybody. I know. I'm trying to think of some other movies that people like that I particularly didn't like. Well, I know you're not a big horror fan.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I know but that's me. There's actually like a lot of movies that I like that people don't like and vice versa. That's one of the great things about movies. There's just so much that that you can actually enjoy, and not there's so many different genres, so many different things and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, for me, I've never really been a big movie guy as is. Like, take for instance, if I do decide I'm gonna have a big movie day, it's generally movies I've watched 50 million times and can practically quote inside and out, but...
Right.
Like, that's why it was such a big surprise. Like, everyone who knows me when I mentioned I actually had a Lord of the Rings marathon, we're all like, are you feeling okay? Because I don't normally watch Lord of the Rings nor like Lord of the Rings.
And nothing wrong with that. Like for my case, like I'm not a big TV person.
Mm-hmm. Not either.
Like, there are some shows that I like, but I'm more of a movie guy than I am a TV guy. Like, like I do watch, like I have Smallville and shows like Star Trek and stuff like that. But overall, I'm more of a movie person. I like movies.
See, I get that.
What's that?
I get that. Like, well, I do admit though, part of me, even though I'm not a horror guy, part of me is really like kind of been half-ass interested in seeing that Shin Godzilla.
Oh, Shin Godzilla. I don't classify Godzilla as horror.
Yeah, but that one was specifically meant to not be your standard like monster movie. It was meant to be like Godzilla meets horror.
To a degree. Are you playing the third Batman? Second one.
If you got it on Steam, I think this one can be played online.
Yeah, I have it. I have the whole Batman trilogy. I do think one of the things I thought that with that Lego Batman, like the third one was definitely a letdown. I thought the second one was probably the better one.
Well, the second one, the first one was very, if you will, limited in its scope. Didn't have any.
Yeah, well, it was also one of the early Lego games too.
Yes. Actually,
originally released on the PS2.
I played the 360 version, and it was funny. I borrowed a buddy of mine's copy and had it forever.
Yeah, what's funny is the first one released on the PS2, and then like it was like it was like right near the end of the PS2 life, so they used it as one of an early launch titles for the PS3.
And you can get it on the 360 too. But actually, no, I think this came out like was in 2008, 2009. But you could still get it on the PlayStation 2 because that was one of the, like you said, one of the last games that they came out with on the PlayStation 2.
Yep.
Because a lot of people don't realize... Oh, you son of a bitch. A lot of people don't realize that, yes, the PlayStation will have, best way to put it, they will come out with a new console, but they're known for releasing games on their previous console if they can, as well as their new consoles.
Yeah,
And
well, look at
making games for the old console for a while out.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Tales of Arise. That's both PS4 and PS5. Horizon Zero Dawn, Forbidden West. That's both. You know, God of War 2 is both. You know, they've always done a really good job of being multi-platform for the first couple of years. You know, that's actually probably a big reason why the PS5 didn't have, like, out the gate, like, the high sales numbers.
Don't
because...
lie. The reason
What's that?
Don't lie. The reason why I didn't have high out-the-state sales numbers because nobody could get a hold of the PS5.
That was... No, I know, but it was one of the reasons why was they couldn't get it because of scalpers and stuff like that. But But what I'm saying is that a lot of people also held off on buying. I was one of them. I held off on buying, you know, my PS5 because I had so many games that I already had for the PS4. There was nothing that was worth me switching.
Yeah,
you know.
And on top of that, like, for me, I don't see the point in switching consoles at this point, or switching back to consoles at this point. Like, I don't, like, I can't even play on console anymore.
One more thing, sir.
You know what I mean?
I can. Matter of fact, actually, I like playing on console more than I do PC still.
Well, I try to play things on, like, alright, I got, for instance, some great games, alright? But why am I going to play them on console when I could play all of them on PC now? But the problem is like, there are a couple of these that never came out on PC, you know what I mean?
I mean, here's a good point case. I cannot play. I cannot play on my PC. Infamous 3. I can't, or Infamous 1 and 2. There are still a bunch of PlayStation games, like Tales.
Wait.
Okay, so we got Tales of Vesperia, and we have Tales of Vesperia and Tales of Zestria on PC. Why do we not have Tales of the Abyss yet on PC?
Oh. You know what? Actually, I need to would like to play if I can figure it out. Frickin' Skies of Arcadia.
Yeah. I do believe that they're doing a remaster of that.
Yeah, but I'm worried that it's not going to be nearly as good as the original Dreamcast release.
I believe it's pretty much, they're just doing straight upgraded graphics on it.
Yeah, how many times have they said that, and then you find out after the fact they snuck in some, like, changes and shit?
Well, they did that with,
Final Fantasy.
What's that?
Final Fantasy.
Well, yeah, Final Fantasy VIII. They did that with Chrono Cross. They also did that with Final Fantasy IX. Because, unfortunately, while most of the Japanese haven't bought into the wokeness, a lot of the Japanese companies have.
Yeah.
So, and in order for them to bring them back over here in America, they got to appeal American sensibilities.
Well,
I don't play Japanese games for American sensibilities.
Alright. You ain't wrong. No, wanna know what's funny? You say that, and it's like, yeah, but this is also why a lot of the old guard companies that are trying to do that, even over there, are having the issue of they're basically people aren't buying the product. If you go bulk or this, that, and the other, people don't buy. And it's starting to become a global bit of get woke, go broke. Let's just be honest.
The problem is it is all going to go to the ESG stuff. You're not going to be able to get away from it.
Well,
because that's going to be the wave.
Not if everything goes to shit like it looks like it does.
Nah, dude, trust me. Yeah, it may look like it's going to shit, but they are they have their plan. You know what I mean? They have their plan on what's going to happen.
But either way, we're dipping into an area we don't want to dip into. All in all up, I am kicking ass. See bad. Bad thugs. Bad Riddler thugs. So yeah, going through a lot of my old comics, like I said the other day, and everything, and just reading, like, motherfucker. Like,
yeah.
Seeing some of, like, the old comic panels, and man, you know, all I gotta say is yeah,
I've been
comics
reading.
Used to have the horny, man. Comics used to hardcore have the
Oh,
horny.
oh, straight up, man, dude. I've been actually going back through and reading some of the old comics. Like, I'm reading the old Superboy comics. You know, I'm talking about when I talk about the old Superboy comics, I'm talking about the stuff in the '80s before Connor.
All right.
You know, classic Superboy. You know, when Clark was Superboy.
Yeah.
You know, so it's amazing to see. You know, where the stuff they used to get away with, you know, you would be surprised they got away with, but they did.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it is funny.
And it's like, further proof, at one time we used to have a culture. I'm just saying, dude. Am I gonna lie and say that when you had cheesecake shots of various characters and whatnot, that it didn't, the world was a better place and whatnot? I'm not gonna say that, but I'm just gonna say, you know, the proof is in the pudding.
You know, I mean, you look at early Wonder Woman comics and stuff like that, and you see, like, the stuff that they got away with, which, you know, and I know you and I disagree on the comics code and stuff like that, you know, but it is just amazing what they got away with. Give me 1 second here, real quick.
1 second, now get your ass back here. And oh, look at the bunnies.
So is your cat still with you?
Yeah. Cat's actually in bed right now, probably.
Mine's in there too. She's in there sitting on my laundry basket. She's actually sitting. She likes to, for some reason why I like to get in my laundry basket. So I've actually, because I actually have I keep my, basically because I don't really have any. I only have one dresser, so I keep some of my laundry in the laundry basket. I have like multiple laundry baskets. So I have one for the clean clothes, and she likes to hop in where my clean clothes are. So I actually have to put down a blanket because of her hair, so it doesn't get all over my clothes.
You know why, right? Because the cat wants your clean clothes to smell like the cat.
Yeah.
Alright.
Which is why I got him. Yep. So. So I let her, I let her, I put the blanket there. It's one of my older Chicago Bears things, so I give it to her to use.
Kind of like Mark Pellegrini and his Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles blanket and his cat Goblin. Yeah.
They're So yeah, she likes that blanket. So I let her have it. That way she doesn't sit on my good blankets.
Funny thing is, the problem why my cat's in bed right now is because of the blanket that's on the bed right now. Because it is starting to get, in the evenings at least, it's starting to get chilly. Maybe not so much during the day as much as we would prefer, but in the evenings though, especially if I have the windows open. Oh yeah.
My cat. I have a Star Wars blanket that that I have. I got it a few years ago because I have like different stuff, but I got an older. Basically, it's the Empire on it and stuff like that. It's blue and it has like the Empire's like the all the different all the different machines on it, and then has like a Stormtrooper and Vader and stuff like that. I always wanted a Star Wars set, so I'm like, hey, I'm a single dude. I'll have one of my sets just a Star Wars. Not like I'm married or anything. So But then I have my other set I have another set that's like just green and stuff like that. But yeah, she likes to lay on my. She likes to lay on my Star Wars blanket because it's pretty thick. So unfortunately, she gets hair all over that. Because she likes to. She's been shedding a lot lately. She's getting older, but she's been shedding a lot more and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, I've been making sure that Charles every morning gets his sunbeam time, because basically with it being if you will, the right time of year to allow me to be able to just have the windows open, the front door open, and everything. Granted, I lock the screen door and everything. Also, you try to break into the screen door is liable to the last thing you attempt to do. Just saying.
Yeah.
This part of the country, that's not the smartest move you could make. Don't know.
Sucks. Back to work tomorrow.
Man, for you. I'm actually going to be hitting some of the places that I actually put in applications at. Physically go in, talk to them. Don't just go in, don't just call them up, but go in, show some initiative.
Yeah, get some money for the holidays. Because
I might even hit up some dispensaries.
Why not? Work where you can, brah. Work where you can.
I refuse to work where I can. You will work where I tell you!
You will work. You will work for your money. You will work for your wages.
Gladly. all I gotta say, wait. Do we look like we a bunch of communists around here? Do we look like we believe in collective bargaining by a bunch of people who don't fucking work?
I don't care. You will walk for your money. Oh my goodness. See, this is the crap that I hate, that I got this leftover crap from the COVID.
Right. Dude, want to know what's funny is for me, when I've had the Rona, it's just been like a cold that doesn't screw off.
Yeah, screw you.
Like, what makes it even funnier to me is I figured, like most people would have in my situation, that I would have been higher risk with me having asthma, allergies, and this, that, and the other. You know what I mean?
Not at all.
And then it just affects me as like a mild cold that just won't go away.
Alright, Oodle, where are you?
Like, the minute I had that happen, I was like, you've got to be kidding.
Rona, Rona, Rona. The Rona. Are we no longer live? There we are. Okay. For some reason, why oh, no Dio today, I guess. He must have been out doing stuff.
Yeah, it happened. Actually, I think he also works nights, so...
Okay. Well, you know, we've been doing this here almost 3 hours here, so I think I'm gonna, you know, wrap it up here.
Alrighty, I'm going to quickly give you a bit to get
I just need to
get control of OBS. Alright.
So.
Let me.
I gotta save. I gotta save here.
Let me get the right scene here. There we go. Alrighty, Chuck. Now, there we go. Now, where can people find you?
Alright, guys. As always, you can follow me on the we will never call it X, the Twatters.
Yes, sir.
It will forever be the Twatters.
Yes, sir.
You can follow me at DeadMoonD. Instagram, I am at DeadMoon Detectives, and then on my YouTube channel at Chaos1975. And you know, we got, you know, trying to get myself into where I want to do things, but like he's throwing curveballs at me all the time. So, you know what I mean?
Oh, we definitely know what you mean. That is life incarnate. Alrighty.
Yeah.
And
sure.
as always, you can find me on the Twitter at Brainiac420. You folks can find me everywhere else at Bob Jones Comic Wars. And I've been finally putting stuff up on Facebook under my real name of Joshua Cannon, so you give my page a follow there. And I will catch you folks later.
Yo, yo, yo. Later.
And